All right. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. Yes, thank you for joining us. This is the Success Power Premium Coaching Program. We apologize, for those that connected earlier, and we had a slight itch with the technical part of our work. Thank you for reconnecting. Okay. Now, we're right in the middle of a pandemic, right? Yes. And we're going to make it through. I know some people are grieving right now. It's been a tough time for everybody. I mean, some have lost their jobs, some have lost family members. Okay, and our hearts go to such people. Some have their loved ones sick right now. And we're standing with you in prayer. And you have those who are probably even healed right now and are participating in this seminar. So our hearts are with you and our prayers are with you that you get well and very quickly. And the healthcare workers, right? Because this is practically a world war. You know, it's a global thing. And the soldiers at the front lines that are risking their lives right now are the healthcare workers. So we just want to say a big thank you to you on the behalf of all of us. A big thank you to you. All right. A big thank you for the risks that you take and for putting your own needs aside and meeting the needs of other people. Thank you. All right. So once again, welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on our planet right now. Let me say this: the global pandemic is a season. This is a season. Seasons don't last forever. It's going to pass. So let's hang in there, okay? Let's hang in there. We will make it through and things are going to be better. Now, leaders, especially leaders in government right now, are learning as much as they can. They're making decisions every single day. So we've just got to support them right now. It's not easy leading us in a season of uncertainty, in a season of crisis. The important thing, though, is that leaders are made for crisis. That's why we need leaders. It's the uncertainty of the future. The uncertainty is even in the present. That's why we need leaders, right? So good. Let's support our leaders as they make their decisions. But finally, this is what I'm going to say. The most important dimension to leadership is self-leadership. You have got to take responsibility for your life. You have got to make the best decisions that you can. Don't underestimate the risk that is out there. Make the best quality decisions that you can make so we can make it through this season alive, okay, and well. And it's very important we consider our family members, okay? Those of us that have people that are at risk. I mean, older people, we've got to really protect them by protecting ourselves, all right? So thank you so much once again for joining us. This is a global event. It always is. People from every single continent connecting with us here. So thank you, all right, for being a part of this discussion. Now, we're mindful of your time. So let's dive into this straight away. Okay, I'm going to be sharing my screen with you, and then we'll walk through the slides, and then at the end we'll do Q&A. I'll take a few questions, right? You may have some questions. I'll take some of those questions, but until then, please don't type your questions yet. When it's time, I'll let you know. Then you give us the questions, we answer as many as we can before our time is out, and then we'll be out. All right. So here we go. How to beat procrastination and achieve your goals daily. Who is this for? Imagine entrepreneurs, executives, and aspirational individuals. Everybody that is in the business of setting goals and achieving them, which basically is what success is about. Perhaps you've been wondering, how can I reach my goals? Are there ways for me to accelerate my achievements? Is there a system I can follow for success? Am I wasting my time trying to become an entrepreneur? What am I doing wrong? Why is this important to you right now? Well, you have an existing vision and you know you should be growing personally, but you're not sure what to do and you feel stuck. Or you have a growing list of goals that you have not reached, or you know what you should be doing, but you can't gain momentum. Or you're on a hamster wheel and you're asking yourself, how do I grow myself personally? Because when people say to me, I have a dream, how do I fulfill the dream? I tell them, first step, grow to the size of the you in the dream, because the you in the dream or vision is the magnet that will attract everybody and everything else in that vision. So perhaps you're asking yourself, how do I grow myself personally? How do I break through this growth ceiling? How do I get to the full vision of what God has for me? So imagine if you were able to live stress-free, not worried about how to achieve all the things you can imagine. Imagine if you learned how to leverage your talent and opportunities and to take more risks that led to productivity and opportunity. Imagine if you knew what the wealthy did and could implement the same strategies in your own life. The purpose of this masterclass is to, one, share the keys I've used in my own life to take advantage of opportunities. Okay, so this is not an academic exercise. I'm a practitioner and I have examples from my own life, examples from other people's lives. The things we share are very practical. Secondly, walk you through the new way to view your situation and the mindset needed to move forward. I tell you one thing, you never rise beyond the quality of your thoughts. I wish everybody knew that. If we did, there are things we would fundamentally change about our lives. Most of us are trying to change our circumstances. We've not changed our thinking, but it is the thinking that controls the circumstances. Life can be cheap. So our discussions here, our training in success power is always paradigm shifting. Your paradigm is shifted when the way you see a situation is changed. And then this masterclass is to explain how you can work alongside me and my team to get the same support and access we have provided to top performing executives and entrepreneurs across the globe. We've been at this for 25 years. We have thousands and thousands of people that have applied the principles that we share, loads and loads of stories. And we want to be able to help you, to work with you the same way we've worked with many people that are hugely successful today. Perhaps it's your first time of coming across me. If it is, let me introduce myself a little bit. I am the CEO and founder of Success Power. Success Power, like I mentioned earlier, was founded 25 years ago. And our job is just to share the universal time-proven principles that guarantee success. When you think principles, that shapes the way you view life. You believe in cause and effect. Crops don't just grow on a farm. Seeds are planted. And there is the law of sowing and reaping. That's it. Principles make life predictable. Like if I throw my phone up 10,000 times, you and I know it will come down 10,000 times, except there's some interference, right? That establishes the presence of a principle. It's the law of gravity. So you have many principles like that. And you have principles that govern various areas of life. So there are principles that control success. They make success predictable. Secondly, they make success possible. They make success possible. Why is it that when I throw my phone up, it comes down? There's a force, there's power that pulls it down. So that's it. Life is full of power. Our world, this planet, is full of power in various forms. So when you understand the principles that govern success, you satisfy their conditions, power is released. That's just what happens. Invisible power is released every single time. You put a seed in the soil, orange seed or corn. After some time, you see something sprout, a shoot coming out of the ground. It's invisible power that enters the seed and makes it work. So this is what success power is about. And this is what we've been doing the last 25 years. And that's why it's been predictable that we would get results and that the people we work with will get results. I've helped and inspired thousands of people through ministry work. Outside of these, I do non-profit work, pastoring. The principles work there also. So the church in Lagos, Nigeria is quite a large one. I've created and invested in businesses that matter to me. And the businesses that matter to me all revolve around information, knowledge, empowering people with wisdom. I've worked with notable influencers from around the world, spoken on major platforms around the world. So I've been on the same platforms with and worked with people like John Maxwell, Sam Chand, and other people. I coach executives and entrepreneurs on how to grow their businesses and to align them with their purposes. My family went through a very rough time when I was young, and that gave me empathy for people that struggle financially. I'm serious. I have deep empathy for people that struggle financially, and that drove me to study on the basic principles that help you to be financially successful. And then I found out the power in entrepreneurship, in starting and running a business of your own. So I'm big on teaching people how to start and run businesses of their own. But then remember, we've been at this for 25 years. So we have people that have become really big in business. Okay, so I do consulting and executive coaching for big time leaders in business, in government, NGOs, non-profits. So I help them to continue to succeed into the future. My name is Sam Adeyemi. I've seen a lot of people do things right, and I've seen a lot of people do things wrong. Okay, actually, people that succeed exponentially are people that fail exponentially. And many people don't know that. So they fail once and their self-esteem is shattered. Their self-confidence comes down to zero and they don't try anymore. They don't realize actually that. So they think there's something especially wrong with them. There's nothing like that. Okay. So I've seen a lot of people fail. And I've done a lot of failing on my own. Listen, if you have books or literature on success and there's nothing on failure there, your library on success is not yet complete. I will repeat that. If you have literature on success, books, video, all sorts of things, you don't have anything on failure, your library on success is not yet complete. You know why? Success grows out of failure. You ask, so how do I deal with that? If you want to succeed, you fail faster. So how did I get from failure to freedom, from failing and trying to figure things out, to now leading Success Power for 25 years, traveling the world, global leaders, speaking at massive conferences of leaders around the world, pastoring one of the top largest growing churches in Nigeria, doing consulting for leaders and all that. So that's what this is about. And we're just going to look at a very small part of it today. Are you ready? Ready to learn and grow? Let's go. What is procrastination? Listen, what qualifies me to share a little bit about what we're discussing today is the simple fact that I struggled massively with procrastination. That's it. And eventually I've developed some system for dealing with it. So let's go. To procrastinate is to put off doing something. To put off doing something. Okay, so there's something you can do, right? There is something you should do now that you are putting off till later. That's it. So all of us understand what that means. I saw a business online some years back and I thought, wow, isn't that smart? That business is called lastminute.com. I said, oh my God, these guys know that there are people that leave things to the last minute. Okay, so why should you beat procrastination? One, it reduces your capacity to achieve goals, period. It reduces, if you should achieve 5 things today, it cuts them down to 1 or 2 or 3. That's it, making you to function below capacity. Secondly, you waste time and you waste opportunities. Remember, once today is gone, you can never recover it. What makes time more valuable than money and almost everything else in this life is simply the fact that it is irreplaceable and it cannot be conserved. You cannot save it. Once today is gone, it's gone. You can't retrieve it. You can't relieve it. So what do? You convert it, because time is a convertible resource. In fact, time and opportunities are the same, because some things that you should do today, if you don't do them today, they're gone forever. See? So we waste time, we waste opportunities when we procrastinate. You fail in keeping promises, and that's a big deal. That has to do with integrity. Okay? Once you don't keep your promises, people will not be able to trust you. Once they can't trust you, then they can't deal with you. They can't do business with you. It will hurt your reputation. That's it. So ultimately, the level of trust people have in you will go down. That means integrity is going down. Then eventually somebody will tell somebody, oh, don't go there. He never fulfills his promises, or she doesn't fulfill her promise. I don't want you to be disappointed, that kind of a thing. It goes out. And then you look at it. Ultimately, it drives your self-esteem low. Okay, to the point where you now lose confidence in your ability to do things you actually can do. So it affects the mind and the emotions. That's what I'm saying. And then ultimately, what does it do? Hurts the career, the job, or even health. I mean, if you're feeling a little bit of pain somewhere, just some slight pain, you should see the doctor. You don't. You keep it off till next week. And the next week, the pain is a bit more, but you put it off to the next week. Is it possible that there are people that have done that and lost their lives, or probably lost a limb or something? I'm sure there must be. So we keep putting things off, like you have that old saying, a stitch in time saves 9. There's a small tear in the cloth, sew it. You don't, it grows bigger. Have you observed? Yeah, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. Some of us live in parts of the world where it was just a crack on the road. I'm sure it was just a crack. Nothing was done about it. Then it grew into a small hole. Nothing was done about it. And then it kept chipping off. Okay, the road surface kept chipping off until you could see the soil under, and eventually it became a big hole. All right. And they call it a pothole. So things get worse. That's what I'm saying with procrastination. Now, it's not all bad news about procrastination. That's the interesting thing. I like to look at things from 2 sides. I like to look at the coin from the 2 sides. What are some of the benefits? You have more time to think things through and to get creative ideas sometimes, right? Listen, we are not always optimal. I'm serious. We are not always optimal. I'm not always at my best. Okay, so if I want to do creative work, for example, like creating a course like this, studying and then getting creative ideas, writing, the best time for me is in the morning. So sometimes I'm trying to make notes, sometimes maybe I have a speech to make and so on, and it's in the evening. Okay, I'm tired. And then I'm trying to think, and I've seen how difficult it really can be. Okay, so what do? I leave it. I know what it would take me like 2 hours to craft or 3 hours when I'm tired like that, when I'm stressed out. In 30 minutes, I'll be done with it when I'm fresh. So it would pay me to procrastinate, to leave the making of the notes and to go get some sleep. Wake up refreshed and go for it. And it flows more easily, right? Right. Secondly, with procrastination, you are delivered from the tyranny of things that are urgent but not important. I need to break that down because this is a big shift for me. This was a big shift for me. Some things are urgent. In other words, you feel like you've got to do them now, and they are very important. Some things are urgent, but they're not important. Every phone call is urgent. You know why? Because the ring has a time limit. And then you know the call has been dropped. So every time the phone rings, we are tempted to look at the phone to see whether we should pick the call or not. So all phone calls are urgent, but not all phone calls are important. So when you look at it, okay, then you know whether it's something that you need to attend to immediately or something that can wait. So I can procrastinate, on the phone, procrastinate on talking to the person if it is not important, or it may be important, but not as important as what I'm doing at the moment. Good. Deliberate procrastination helps you to handle worry, thereby giving you health benefits. Because sometimes you actually can't do anything. You can't think clearly at the moment. So you can just take something out of your mind. That's it. Just keep it out of your mind. Don't face some other things. And then later you can deal with it. Because worry creates problems. I mean, trying to deal with it when you really can't do anything about it at the moment. And then also it gives you space to reflect on your values and to prioritize. The important thing, one very important thing here is you need time. You need time. Sometimes it's a few minutes, sometimes it's an hour, but sometimes you have a day to make a decision. But when you come to the point of making decisions, what are the things that help you to rank the options that you have and to make a choice? Your value is coming. Your value is coming because sometimes you have to choose between three things that are very good. It's not always that you have to choose between right and wrong or between good and bad. Sometimes you have to choose between very good and very good. What will rescue you, what will help you at that point is to look at what those two items are about and to reflect back on your values. I value my spiritual life. I value my family next. Okay? So if something comes up, it's going to run in conflict, maybe with a family event, something at my son's school. My wife has to do something. We have a family vacation or appointment or something. It's the values that help. So sometimes you need that space. You need that time to be able to think very well, because what it at stake, it's opportunity cost. So, and both of the things you're dealing with are important. Sometimes they're even more than two. So procrastination helps you then to have the space to look at your values, what is more important than this, what can wait. Sometimes they're equally important, but one can wait while one cannot, right? Okay. It allows you to take on smaller tasks first and to have a sense of accomplishment. Sometimes what you want to do is so big, it's intimidating you. With procrastination, you can take on break it into smaller tasks, take one small portion, do it. That gives you the motivation. Then you do the next one and the next one and the next one. How I overcame procrastination. This is not everything. This is just some of it, but very important. Strategy number 1, I reprogrammed my mind. I realized that we humans are fueled into action by our emotions, but it is our thoughts that control our emotions. Now, if we're not careful, the emotions and the actions control the thoughts. And that just puts you in a cycle where you find it very difficult to come out. Okay? So I had to change my thinking. Some of us say, that's just the way I am, That's the way I am. Now, once you tell yourself that and you now believe that narrative, that's a problem. Okay? That's just the way I am. You see, that's the way I am. I don't do things fast. You can. Right? But anyway, this is what I did. We human beings are programmable creatures. We're human. We can be programmed. And once the program is there, it puts your life on autopilot. So how do you program yourself? Oh, it's the things that go in through your eyes and your ears that program you on the inside. So I took some plain sheets of paper and I wrote, do it now, do it now, do it. I wrote it 1,000 times. By the time I was done, you know what happened? Anytime I want to do something and the thought of leaving it to later comes to me, the do it now just flashes up in my mind. Do it now. Okay, right. Do it now. Do it. I am Mr. Do it now. Do I still struggle with procrastination? Sure. But to a large extent, I do the things I need to do. I may not do all the things I need to do in the world, but I do the things I need to do. You need to reprogram your mind. You need to learn tactics, okay, for beating this procrastination. And there are things you need to read over and over. You need to write some things on some plain sheets of paper, maybe stick them on the wall or stick them on your fridge in a place where you can see them every day. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now. I promise you, somewhere along the line, you would have had it enough for it to be programmed inside you. Do it now. Secondly, since I discovered that some personalities are prone to action, okay, some others are prone to inaction or to thinking. When you're an introvert, you enjoy your own company. You prefer your internal world. You actually draw energy from your internal world. When you are an extrovert, you draw energy from your external world. That's why you love to meet with people. The more people you interact with, especially if the interaction is positive, the more it builds your esteem, the more it gives you energy, the happier you are, right? So extroverted people are more prone to taking action. They're usually impulsive, okay? But they're more prone to taking action. Introverted people are more prone to thinking, to planning, to reading, to studying. We enjoy it. So I found out, that a weakness sometimes is a strength when carried too far. Or let me put it this way. When a strength is carried too far, it becomes a weakness. So this is what I mean. You're prone to action. Let's say, for example, that you are extroverted and talking comes naturally to you. Okay, the truth is when you're in a conversation with another person, if you do all the talking, the other person doesn't even have the opportunity to put a word in, it has become a problem. If the person listening to you is an introvert, it's a beautiful match. So the person doesn't mind that most of the time you do the talking, but to not listen at all, that creates a problem. So after some time, you find some people are frustrated because they say you talk too much. Okay, it's been taken too far. You actually don't talk too much. You are designed to do that. That's you. That's your gift. But for somebody else not even put a word in at all, that's a problem. Now, if you are introverted, extroverted people like to talk to you all the time. Why? Because you give them room to talk, right? Yeah, that's why they say opposites attract in terms of personalities. So, so you you like to keep quiet because unlike them, you don't find it that easy to bring what is inside you out like that. So, but then if you keep silent too much and you never say anything, that in itself becomes a problem. So agreed, you're powerful in thinking. If you could just bring out what you're cooking on the inside, it's going to be amazing, right? So it's the same thing here. When it comes to being action-oriented and not being action-oriented, sometimes it's a function of personality. So I discovered that. And I decided to compensate for that by associating with action-oriented people. Oh, yes, I want to have action-oriented people on my team all the time. Why? If all the people I deal with are thinkers like me, powerful in planning, powerful in creating strategies, we will create amazing strategies and nothing will happen. So when you have on your team people that are action-oriented, they will flow with you in the discussion of the ideas, but there's a point they get to where they tell you, you know what, let's go. Let's do it. That's a big blessing. I mean, like my beautiful wife, Nika, is like that. Okay, so we're opposites. And she's the action one. She's the realist. Okay, we've done enough planning. Let's do it. So I began to associate with action-oriented people. I'm grateful for some of my mentors that are action-oriented, grateful for my former boss, for example. I remember the day we had a meeting and we had just concluded the meeting. So we were throwing greeting and throwing banters. We were right still in the same room where we had the meeting. And then I came across my boss and he said, so, yes, sir. So how far with the assignment? I said, which one, sir? He said, the one we agreed on, the one we discussed at the meeting and agreed on. I said, sir, we just ended the meeting. He said, exactly. Since the meeting ended, that means that the time for action has started. I said, oh my, okay, thank you, sir. I'm on it. I'm on it. You see the adjustments that was made to my thinking by being associated with action-oriented people. And then strategy number 3, I developed new habits. The problem with this procrastination thing is you do it for so long, then it becomes a habit. We humans are creatures of habits. Habits put our lives on autopilot. So we can live without even thinking. We can do certain things without even thinking. So that's it. The procrastination after some time, it's amazing. You create the habit, then the habit creates you. You form the habit forms you. You shape the habit then shapes you. So what you don't want is a scenario where you're doing something that is counterproductive, and it eventually becomes your habit. That's a big problem. Puts your life on autopilot. Oh no. So you are deliberate about creating habits. Sincerely speaking, the journey to success is actually about the forming of habits. So they say you do something consistently for 21 days, It becomes a habit, becomes a way of life, becomes second nature. Now that's a minimum. How long it will take you before it sticks and program and becomes a program depends on how long you've been doing it for. But the important thing is this: you realize what you need to do. Okay, you realize what you need to do to achieve your goals. So the discipline that you put in is to do it consistently for 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks. But at some point, you cross that tipping point where it takes on a life of its own, becomes part of your habit. When you get that, you spend the rest of your life forming new habits. And as you form those new habits, you just find out succeeding becomes a habit for you. I developed new habits. So this is why you should not go through this journey of succeeding alone. Okay? Here are some times in my life that have shown me proof of this. Having mentors, for example, has had a profound effect on my life. Profound effect on my life. I've discovered the power of association and how dangerous it is to go about it alone. It is dangerous going about it alone. I think one of the greatest gifts you can give a human being is perspective. And what my mentors do to me is to just ask me questions sometimes that make me to rethink what I'm planning to do. My life has changed profoundly. Profoundly. Okay. I learned from some of my mentors the value of time. The value of time. Okay. There's one of my mentors. When I go to see him, he's already decided how much time he's going to afford. You know what happens? Once it gets to that time he has allotted, he stands up. And you know it will be rude for you as the prodigy to be sitting down when your mentor is standing up. So it's as a matter of obligation, I also stand. Then he moves, puts his hand around me in a nice way, and walks toward the door. Wow. Right? Wow. And that's what this procrastination thing is about. It's about having value for time. Having value for time. Time is a convertible resource. Once it is gone forever. That's why you don't procrastinate. Okay? I know, for example, that there are some opportunities that I have missed because I did not act on time. When I was to do my master's program, something was hanging with respect to my application. And if I had acted fast enough, I would have been able to make it to the school that I wanted to go. I could not. So I had to divert, quickly find another school, attend that school. But that was not exactly where I wanted to go. So, and that's what we mentioned earlier on about missing opportunities. With procrastination, sometimes you just find out what you were planning to do, somebody else has done it. Somebody else has done it, gotten ahead with it. So, let's recap. What are the few tips I've shared today about how to break procrastination? I reprogrammed my mind. Okay. I put some information somewhere where I could see it every day until it burned into my soul. I began to associate with action-oriented people. Diversity is the strength of a team. Diversity makes our world beautiful. Nobody can go on this journey alone. That is why God made us different. Find the people that are strong in the area where you are weak, associate with them so they can fill up your blind spots, we call them. And then I develop new habits. Just do the same thing consistently with time. Do the same thing. Some of the habits I developed, setting goals. Okay, not starting a new week without goals written down. Not starting a day without looking at my goals and identifying the things I want to achieve on that day. Success is simply achievement of goals. Okay, so you've seen, for example, that I'm not the outgoing, boisterous kind that thrives on activity. So what do? I like to chill, right? Enjoy my quietness. Okay, so but if I do the things that are most important to me first, I set my goals, okay? If I do the things that are most important to me, then I can have time to do the chilling. And of course, because I draw energy from the chilling, I'm sure you know it's also very important then on my program, but I can't spend all the time chilling. Check-in time. Is this all helpful for you? If it is, please type yes in the chat room. I want to know. So what did you learn today? Our topic has been how to beat procrastination and achieve your goals daily. Listen, we're in the post-COVID era already. People are moving already, taking action already, doing things already. Listen, tomorrow never comes. There is nothing, no tomorrow. You don't achieve anything in tomorrow. The best time, what you have is today. But then the best time to shape today is when it is still called tomorrow, because it's still fluid. It's in your imagination. You shape it. Okay? So not only are people finding ways to stabilize and to pivot at this point in time, people are already creating the future. If you were planning to start a business, if you were planning to start a family, you were planning to do something, people are already acting. By the time we wake up, we just realize, oh, the deed is done. They shared everything already. Yes, because it works in every area of life, even in finances. If you really want to make big money in 10 years' time, it's what you do today with your opportunities, with your resources, that helps you to make that 10 years, that money 10 years ahead. That's the way it works. People are acting now. That is why it has been important for us to discuss this. Okay, so what if you could take these same strategies and learn to apply them to your life right now? Would that make a difference for you? I want to hear yes from you, so you can help me to type it, okay, in the chat room. Do you want to have a clear roadmap and accountability for creating a life of opportunities? Yeah, there's nothing like clarity in this world. The reason why we don't achieve a lot of success or as much as success as we want to achieve is because of confusion. The more complex something becomes, the more difficult it is for you to do something about it and to get good results. Clarity. Okay? So that's what I want us to be able to do together. Listen, the way the world is now, with the uncertainties, with the massive changes going on, with the unpredictability, it's risky to go alone now. So this is what we're doing in Success Power. We're forming a community so we can work together. The future has to be better than the past. So when we work together like this, you gain clarity. You can have a clear roadmap and you can have accountability. People hardly succeed without accountability. There's got to be somebody to ask you, are you doing well? How are you doing? The goals you said you wanted to achieve, how far have you gone with them? We want you to be able to build a goal plan. And if you want to be able to have access to me and to my team with additional training, we will be happy to do it. So I emphasize mentoring and coaching. For 25 years, I've been on radio, been on TV, teaching. We've been there teaching people, large numbers of people at the same time. You need to imagine how thrilled I was the day I heard that our broadcast was on TV in a particular country, national TV, only one TV station, small country. And the president had been watching and taking notes. And when the program ended, because of the authoritarian kind of government that they had, the president called the TV station and said, that program that just ended, play it again. I want to watch it and I want the whole country to watch it. Woo! I'll tell you something though. When you teach generally like that, it's like giving everybody a shirt that is the same size. For some it will fit, for some it will be too big, for some it will be too slim. That's where mentoring and coaching come in. Because then you do one-on-one, or you're in a very small group, tight group. And then you can ask questions. And then you can get what we call bespoke information, knowledge, wisdom that you can apply to your life. You know, they say knowledge is power. Knowledge is only potential power. The application of knowledge is where the power is, the accurate application. So imagine you want to go through a door, you hold a bunch with 50 keys, you don't know which key opens the door. Success, which is opening the door, becomes trial and error, a trial and error affair. But if you know, so can you imagine somebody coming and saying, it's that one, saves you time, saves you effort, saves you from frustration. That is what mentoring does. That is what coaching does. And candidly, I invest a lot of money in coaching, tens of thousands of dollars every year, you know, getting advice from my coaches. I run big ideas by them. I run my ideas. I get good quality advice. So the things I do come out with quality and my margin of error is reduced. Let's build a community together. Okay? I want us to leverage technology to build a community of people that help themselves to succeed globally. The world is getting more challenging. Don't travel alone. Now, I've been creating training programs that include videos and workbooks for members of our community. Okay, so like this webinar, for example, what I shared with you is just the tip of the iceberg. Obviously, that's not all I know about procrastination. But the point is, I don't just want to teach. So I've put it in a form that is literally like me sitting by your side, showing you what to do. And then for the course, I created a workbook. So what I've done is to record videos. Okay. I recorded videos on how to beat procrastination and achieve your goals every day. That's the course, the video program. Okay. It's not long. They're short videos. Okay. To help you focus. Then I created a workbook. So when you read the questions in the workbook and fill in the spaces there, you bring your answers. You'll be thinking, but you're creating a plan, an action plan. So when you're through, you have an idea what to do. And that's what's important to me. The confusion clears out. You have an idea what to do. You do it. You get the result that you want to get. So the Success Power Premium courses are all about helping you to go further, faster in your life goals, helping you to have a community that you can connect to without needing to go back to school, leave your home pay, or pay thousands of dollars to gurus. Listen to me. Most of us will admit that most of the things we learned in school have not been useful to us after school. The curriculum needs massive changes. The world it was designed for has expired. And that is why self-education is the way to go. And that is what this is about, self-education. This is the way to go. So you want to see what's inside, what we've created and prepared for you today? The course, the Success Power Premium course, how to beat procrastination and achieve your goals every day. So you have instant access to video lessons, to principles, and to the workbook that I spoke about. Yes, for each class, you have a workbook. And who was the program created for? Well, if you're here, you, of course, this is not an accident because you're being in this room today, you know, part of this webinar today just shows me that you are driven to grow yourself. You have the yeast to grow. and that you want to grow your capacity for success, you want to grow your legacy, you want to grow your business. Growth is important to you. So you want to grow your business, you want to save for your future, be a better boss, be your own boss, leave a legacy for your children. You want to take your life forward. So we created the course, and then our team has been trying to, attach some monetary value to the course. The course itself, the custom workbooks, the private Q&A call that people get after they get the course, you get what we call the bundle. So you can get this course, How to Beat Procrastination and Achieve Your Goals Every Day, as a single course. Or you can get what we call the bundle. You get access to innovative growth and personal development strategies that can make a difference in your life in the next 4 to 6 months. Massive difference. This is what we mean. So in the bundle for today that we offer, you have not only this course, you have 7 others. Wow. Yeah. With the videos, with the workbooks, and other extras I'll talk to you about in a minute. How to Find Your Powerful Leverage is one of the most powerful courses I've developed. That one is how from ground zero you can take off. You can still find things that you can manipulate, turn, tweak, and get massive results. How to find your powerful leverage. So whatever may have happened during the pandemic or before it, you can take off now. Building your self-esteem is huge. You will never attempt anything beyond the capacity of the picture of the person, of the you that you have inside you. I wish somebody told me that early enough. Yeah? The picture of me that I have inside. They call it self-image. You will never dare anything beyond the capacity of that person. And that's why that person has got to be the ideal you. We all battle with low self-esteem. It's just the human condition. But somewhere along the line, you need to know exactly how to turn things around and develop the picture of the ideal you. It gives you self-respect, self-confidence. Even you treat yourself with dignity. And I found out when you lower your value, nobody will raise it up for you. What you call yourself is what they call you. This is a powerful course. There's the wealth code. I told you about my empathy with people that struggle with finances. That is it. The success code. Failure is a cycle for some people. It's almost predictable. You can break that cycle and start a cycle for success. That is what happened to me. The 5-phase growth system for small businesses. Absolutely. You start a business, you want it to grow. It can be tough. And many, many businesses are buried in what we call the debt valley for businesses. But I discuss here how to negotiate that debt valley and take your organization from small to big. 10 ways to increase your income. Very, very powerful one. Again, my empathy for people when it comes to finances. How to create solutions for your boss and advance your career. I've been an employee before and I experienced rapid promotion. I share the secrets here. And what we discussed today, how to beat procrastination. Wow, that's a lot. The resources, you get workbooks for each class. Now, if you get the bundle, that bundle will bring you into our private Facebook group. We have a private Facebook group. Select few, exclusive, 24/7. You have people like you that share the experiences. You post a question. Somebody's going to answer your question. On Fridays, we ask people to give us stories of progress. It's exciting, the stories. I'm telling you that we're getting. It's amazing. And of course, members of the forum get discounts from our products and events. Now, our team says that they really want to spoil you. So when you invest today in the bundle, you get a bonus course, Passion for Success. Oh, bonus number 2, how to start your business. If for nothing else, this course is worth the price of everything. So what you're getting with the bundle, again, our team is trying to assess the value. The course, 8 Success Power Premium courses, the workbooks, the private Facebook group, the bonus courses, plus when you are part of the private group, I send you an email. We send you an email once in a while. I'm having a private call. So they only members of the group, and all we do throughout answering questions, helping people to jump over barriers. It is exciting. And our team is trying to put a value to all these, and it's thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, let me share some other testimonies from some of our students. I mean, we're doing it. It's happening already. So this one says, Happy Friday, everyone. Like I said, we get the stories on Fridays. I started a new line of business after attending Pastor Sam's webinar on starting your own business. Yes. Okay. I help people to understand this who are participating in this for the first time. In my church work, I'm Pastor Sam. Here, I'm Dr. Sam Adeyemi. There are two separate platforms, right? Just for clarity. He said, if you're always finding it difficult to buy a particular product in your area, it's a pointer to what you can successfully sell. After the webinar, I decided to make some contacts and placed order for some food products from Southwest, which I know are very scarce from South. Now, this person is in Nigeria. Oh my God. Remember what I said? That when you take our course, you experience a paradigm shift. You see things in a new way. You gain new perspective. That was what happened to this person. The person recognized an opportunity. I continue. The stuff arrived here on Saturday, and we started selling on Monday, 1st of June. That's this year. Also, with tips gotten from the webinar on personal branding and how to give exposure to one's product, I decided to broadcast on social media platforms and groups. To my amazement, the sales and patronage have been so amazing and encouraging. Thank you, Pastor Simon Success Power. Wow, wow, wow. That's it. That's what makes us happy here. That's it. Another one. Tied up our first official deal as a company. Got the delivery of my new premium car. Grateful for life and safety. Wow. Finished the first course, released my weekly inspirational video on YouTube and Facebook, and worked on my book cover design. That's it. You do things you've not been doing before. You achieve success you've not been achieving before. This one says, got a credit alert of a landed property refund at over 40% return. Congratulations. That's amazing. Another one, I finished the course, had a massive improvement on my self-esteem, and I started a new path in my career by taking responsibility and overcoming procrastination. That's it. If you change inside, you will change outside. James Allen said that you cannot travel within and stand still without. Your outside has been designed to run after your inside. It's a law. It's a law. Your outside will always run to catch up with your inside. So if we knew, even if we have no control over the situations outside, we will work on the inside. So this person knows. Once you shift inside, that confidence comes, things are going to shift outside. So if Success Power Premium Coaching helps you to create a plan for achieving your goals, grow personally, get access to me as your coach, will that be worth this amount of money? I'll tell you yes, and actually much more. In my coaching with executives, people pay thousands and thousands of dollars. I also pay a lot of money, like just because when you really get to understand how life works. Remember, here we gain clarity. What seems so confusing to other people comes to you real easy. It's just a matter of clarity. Let me give you an example. I buy a book. I buy a book worth $20. It's written by a millionaire or multi-millionaire or billionaire. I buy the book for $20. I'm reading the book. This is experience gained over 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, sometimes 40 years. I take the things I learned from the book, I apply them. I make millions. How do you quantify the returns that I got on my investment of $20 in buying the book? See, when most people buy books or pay for information products, they don't see it as investment. It is. You know why? You can never rise beyond the quality of your thinking. The book gives me the opportunity to rub minds with a very brilliant person that I may never meet, to gain from the experience of someone I may never meet. Okay, so that's invest. That's what smart people do. If you do big work, you get small results. It's frustration. It will make you frustrated. You put in little effort, you get big results. That's the proof of wisdom. That's life. So investing in information is it. So when I invest tens of thousands of dollars in getting coaching and getting advice, it's because I know I'm going to get my money back. Your money is coming back. It's an investment. It's not an expense. Most people buy a book or an information product, they see it as an expense. It's not. It's an investment too. You are not investing in the book or in the course. No, you are investing in yourself. So I don't look at a training course, a seminar, and I've paid thousands of dollars. I'm telling you, I attend programs, conferences, training. I don't look at the course and ask, is it worth it? Oh, no. What I ask is, am I worth that investment? And I'm telling you, I deserve the best. So I invest. That's it. So today, we want to ask you, those of us on the Success Party, we want to ask you to join us on this journey. Join us. Have a taste. Okay? The listed price for our course is $1,997. Today, you're getting it for $19. This is a COVID-19, this is a COVID-19 price. It's $19 for the single course, how to beat procrastination and achieve your goals daily. So there's a link right now in our chat rooms. In the chat room, on the platform where you're participating, click on it. And some of us, are on Facebook, some of us are on YouTube. Right there, we have a link. Please click on it. It will take you to a page where you will see what we're offering today and give you instructions on what to do. You will understand a bit more how it is structured and how to get the course. So if you get this single course, how to beat procrastination and achieve your goals daily, you will have access for 1 whole year to all the videos and the workbooks. No, it's not download, it's access. You will get your access link from us, and you can go in as many times as you like. It's not going to be a live training. It's already recorded, like I said earlier on. Okay? And you pace yourself. You go at your own pace. You go at your own pace. We just encourage you. Application, that's where the power is. Now, on the other hand, you may choose to go for the bundle. The bundle, our second offer for today, includes this course on procrastination and 7 other courses. That's 8, plus 2 bonus courses, makes 10 of them. Plus, we'll bring you into our Facebook group, okay, to join our community, and then you'll be part of some live calls, live programs online that we will have to answer questions that I will hold to the team to answer questions. Okay, good. So, yes. So please click on the link. That's it. Click on the link. When you get there, the first thing you will see is the single course that we discussed today. But you need to scroll down, then you will see the bundle. Let me emphasize, those courses listed in the bundle are not all the courses we have. So when you get on our platform, you may see other courses there. They are not part of the bundle we are offering today. The courses that I mentioned, that we listed and showed you, those are the ones we have in the bundle for today. When you get on our platform, if you want to get other courses, then yes, sure, you can get some of those other courses. Amazing. Okay, let me share another testimony. Yeah. So think about why you came here today. Imagine if you were able to live a stress-free life, not worried about how to achieve all the things you can imagine. Imagine if you learned how to leverage your talent and opportunities and to take more risks that led to opportunities. Imagine if you knew what the wealthy did and could implement the same strategies in your own life. You know what I want to say? Stop imagining and start creating. Do something, okay? Do something. Do something. Success Power is a unique platform. It is non-religious. It is non-political. Our passion is to see the realization of human potential, period. Nothing breaks my heart like seeing humans functioning below potential. Nothing breaks my heart more than that. And I just wonder, why should a whole human being be wasted this way? So we give it our best shot. 25 plus years of helping thousands of people launch their businesses, change their lifestyles, create a plan for legacy. We have proven strategy and tactics. And of course, for people to be able to have live Q&A, have their questions answered from our community, from my team, from me, that's the best thing in the world. Your options. You keep going at it alone, endless hours of researching and guesswork, and watch another 6 months go by with no progress. I'm serious. I tell you, it breaks my heart. Time has not been a burden for me. It's been an asset because it's been converted to massive progress in every area of life. But then it's not everybody who's made progress like that over the years. I'll just say, for those that have joined the communities that we've built, people have experienced a lot of progress in their lives. That's what I want for everybody. That's what this is about. That's why we're so passionate about it. Where do you want to be 6 months from now? Big question. Where do you want to be 6 months from now? So remember our course for today. Please click on the link. See what we have out there. It's a huge, massive amount of value that we offer here today. Especially in the bundle. Phenomenal. So join us. Click on the link in the chat room. It's a small cost compared to what you get, and will turn out to be one of your best investments until now. Please click on the link, successpower.tv/procrastination. Okay? But more than that, just see this as investment. Investment is the key to achievement. Who do I want to become tomorrow? That's it. Should I tell you this before we go into the Q&A? Once I define the line of career, that I want to be a part of, I benchmark. I look at the best people in that field. I'm telling you what I do. Look at the best people, the top people. I try to define the top 10 in the world in that field. Then I benchmark against them. You know what that means? I want to enter that team. I want to enter that group. So what do they do? How do they do it? So you can imagine the amount of research that I do. And gratefully today we have the internet. Oh my God, 25 years ago we did not have it like that. We did not have social media. So I dig into people. I go after interviews they've done with magazines, TV stations. I find out information as much as possible about them. What do they do? How do they do? And that's when I buy all their stuff, If I know what they know and do what they do, there's a high likelihood I'll be there. So I want to encourage you today, please go ahead, click on the link and invest. All right. So I'll get out of this slides. Right. I'll get out of the slides. And now you can post your questions. Let's see what we can do. Answer a few of them before we go. I want to say a big thank you to you once again for being a part of this webinar today. Now, the Q&A is usually very important. You know why? Again, we've said what we want to say to everybody, but when somebody asks a question, it helps us to make it even more practical. Okay? Yeah, helps us to make it more practical. So, I'm going to be taking a few questions. Sometimes people ask me, okay, so how do you get a mentor? For example, how do you decide on who should be your mentor? I say to people, one, the mentor is usually somebody that has achieved what you want to achieve, because that tells you that the person can tell you how to move from where you are to where they are, which is where you want to be. So again, it's going to be a bit difficult to choose a mentor when you have not defined your own goals. So who do you want to be in life? What's your ultimate vision? What's your ultimate goal? Okay. So you have goals, define your values, and then you find someone that matches those, whose goals, achievements, and values align with yours. So I have this other question: how can someone forget his past mistakes? Right? How can someone forget his past mistakes? The question I like to ask is, can one really forget one's past mistake? If the mistake is inconsequential, yes. If it's no big deal, it's a small thing. If the mistake is that as you walk out of your house and sat in the car, you realize you made a mistake, that you forgot to key in the bedroom and you went back to pick it, then it's easy to forget that. If it's a major mistake, you may not forget it. What you will try to do is to get into a state where the mistake does not hurt you anymore. That's what you want to do. If, for example, some time ago, I was cutting something with a very sharp knife and it cut my finger. Okay. So maybe, let's say you have a cut on your hand like that, on your leg, and it was deep. But now you are healed, but you still have the mark there. So you still have the scar. Of course, each time you look at it, you're going to remember. You won't forget what put the scar there. But the pain is not there anymore. I think that's the question we should ask. How do I get over the pain of the mistake of the past? Learn the lesson from the mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. There is no perfect person on this planet right now. Everybody makes mistakes. Some people sit down with their mistakes and build monuments over them, and they get stranded at that point. But if you ask yourself, what did I do wrong here? Did I do everything wrong, or was there something I did right? Okay, I'm going to do it again the next time, but in a different way. If you do that, you've gotten the best out of the mistake. Do you know that almost every invention on this planet was not gotten right the first time? The best products that we use around the world right now were not gotten the first time. They did not get them right the first time. What do you call the trials and errors that were made so many times before they got the right product? Pharmaceutical products, for example. Right now, the world is trying to find a vaccine for the COVID-19, okay, for the coronavirus. They're making a massive amount of mistakes, and they're telling us, look, this thing is likely to take like 18 months or something like that. What are they saying? And they say they want to fast track it. You know what I mean? They're going to fast track the rate at which they fail, at which they miss it, so that we can quickly get to the right thing that works. See what I mean? So if you see mistakes that way, so that's the other thing I'm going to say, change your mindset about the way you see mistakes. They say practice makes perfect. Nobody becomes an expert without making mistakes, without trying. When you were learning as a child, when you were learning how to walk as a child, did you fall down? I guarantee yes, even though I was not there. you, you stood up, you fell down, and then when you took one step, two steps, they were clapping for you and screaming and shouting, and then you hit your bum on the floor. Did you sit there? Oh no. Okay. You moved on. You're an expert at walking now and running. Okay, so if you derive the benefit, if you first accept there's no life without making mistakes, it's part of the process of learning, and the mistakes take you closer to the answer. You'll be fine. You have a correct narrative in your brain. But more importantly, you learn the specific lesson from the mistake and you move on. All right. Okay. Let me see if I can get another question. How do you correlate between giving value in monetary terms and in the area of mentoring or training? I'm trying to really understand what you mean by that. Who is giving the value in monetary terms? Is it the protege or the mentor? How do you correlate between giving value in monetary terms and in the area of mentoring or training? Okay, so let me answer it from both angles then. First, let me address it from the area of the mentor giving money, because some people they have mentors, they get somebody to agree to their mentor. Maybe the person is wealthy financially, and before you know it, they're asking for money to execute their projects. And I say, no, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. See, your mentor knows that it is the intangible world that controls the tangible. So your mentor knows that you need your mentor's wisdom more than you need your mentor's money. If you get the money without the wisdom, your mentor knows you will lose the money. If you get wisdom from your mentor and you don't get money, your mentor knows that if you know what he or she knows and you apply it the way he or she applies it, you will get the money that he or she has. Very likely. And if you're lucky to get both wisdom and money from your mentor, fantastic. Your mentor knows the money is an investment, it's a worthwhile investment. So I'll put it that way. Don't go for money first from your mentor, go for wisdom. So let me flip it the other way. If it's the protege giving money to the mentor, then it depends on how the mentor has structured the mentoring. For the most part, mentors are people that have succeeded in some in their careers, in some areas of their lives, and they're generally interested in your well-being. So most mentoring relationships do not involve money. And candidly, I think people lose a lot of opportunities. There are family members that are successful, they won't ask them questions. I told you earlier, part of my work is I also pastor. I see people sit down in church because I know some of the church members. I don't know everybody, it's too large, but I know some. And sometimes I see someone sitting right next to a billionaire. And I'm asking myself, but the only thing is they don't show it on their faces. So they look like everybody else. And I'm asking myself, if this guy knew who was sitting next to him. Okay, but sometimes they know, but still they don't ask. In fact, they rather ask for money than ask for wisdom. How did you become a billionaire? The answer to that question could take you a whole year to hear. Life-changing information. Okay, so but then also some people have their mentoring structured. Okay, and maybe they've done it so much now they realize, okay, yes, at some level, people will get the mentoring free. At some other level, then people will need to put in some investment, especially if they have a large volume of people interested. Then they want to seek people out and be sure some people are serious about it, they value the information or not. When you get to coaching, then coaching is almost always a business. Okay, coaching is almost always a business. The beautiful thing about that is people have discovered, I have discovered, when people pay, they pay attention. So I found that when I pay for information, I don't joke with it. I use it. I use it because it's an investment. I want to make my money back. Okay? Good, good, good. Will either of the offers, bundle or single, afford the masterclass benefits? Well, each I've stated clearly, and we have also on the sales page the benefits that go with each offer. They're different, they're separate. With the single course, you get access to the videos, you get access to the workbook for 1 year. That is all there is to it. For the bundle, all the 8 courses, including the procrastination course, plus the bonus courses, then you have the benefits. Starting from the bonus courses to the Facebook group that you join, to our live course, and so on. So they're 2 separate deals altogether. Thank you. If you haven't, please click on the link in your chat room, have a look at our page and see what we have there. Awesome, 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 awesome offer. Serious, awesome deal. Awesome deal. How do you overcome the setback? People in business trying to get you to compromise your values before closing a deal. Okay. What you want to do is you don't want to be an antagonist, okay, to the people you're in business with. So you calmly explain this will run contrary to the values of our business. Okay. The one thing you can be sure of is the quality of our work. We will deliver. We will help you to keep your job, keep your seat, keep your reputation. Okay. If after explaining like that, somebody is just so corrupt, they insist, they want to corrupt you also, walk away. Walk away. Without values, you don't have value. I'll say that again. One of the biggest lessons I've learned in life. Without values, you don't have value. So it may seem to you like you lost something at that point. But you know what? What you lost was tangible. What you kept was intangible. But remember the law that I stated earlier on. It is the intangible that controls the tangible eventually. I tell people, for example, that integrity is cash. See, if you compromise that one time, you give whatever they ask you to give corruptly, you get the contract or the job or the business. Fine. So you gained something material in that instance. The one thing you cannot do is to remove that story away from the minds of the people that dealt with you, including those, that took maybe the bribe or something from you. They will keep it. Someday your path may cross again. Someday they may be part of a decision making somewhere. And perhaps they may even have changed and they don't want to do that kind of a thing anymore. But then they say, oh, no, that guy is not. That's what I'm talking about. I'll give you a story. So I have a friend who's a billionaire, multi-billionaire actually, very well. And he was explaining to me, that interestingly, integrity has played a big part in his success. He said in his house, when he was growing up, he said if you told his father a lie, he would almost kill you. So he said, with that, I don't know how to lie. And he said, when I got into business, that made things hard, but it made me to work very hard so that what I did, the quality I deliver to you, you will hardly get it elsewhere. Then he gave me an example. How now this businessman is in Nigeria, and he was importing some equipment from another country in Europe. There were 17 distributors for the European company in Nigeria. Somewhere along the line, they found out that people were cheating. Yeah, that their distributors in Nigeria were cheating. They did their investigation quietly and found out 16 were cheating. Only one person was not cheating. That was my friend. You know what they did? They canceled the contracts for all the 16 and gave all of the business to him. That is what I'm talking about. I believe that is the story. Okay? Walk away from it if it's going to compromise your values. If a business is going to last very long beyond your lifetime, if it's going to go global, it must be built on integrity. One last one for now. Don't worry, you're a part of our community. We'll be here again and again and again. Right. One more question. If you haven't, please click on the link in your chat room. Have a look at our page on the course that we're offering today. As an introvert, is it right to draw a communication line between yourself and others? If yes, to what extent? Sure. But listen, every living thing has an ideal environment in which it thrives. Fish thrive in water, okay? Plants thrive in soil. Birds feel comfortable in the air, okay? And some of us thrive on land. There's an ideal environment for you, an ideal environment for your soul to thrive. You've got to create that environment. Yes. You draw energy from being alone. You draw energy from quietness. You've got to create that space. Absolutely. With no apologies. However, you cannot be a recluse. Okay? We're just not strong alone. The way we're designed for connection, not for isolation. So after you've drawn the energy, like I draw the energy, I draw inspiration. And then these ideas are coming to me on how to improve people's lives, how to shift people's thinking, radically transform their lives. I have things to do. I have to get out of the seclusion and then come out. Okay, if I decided to draw the communication line between me and you right now and decide not to talk, then we will not have had this webinar. I'm sure you understand what I mean. So yes, feel free to define your times, set your goals, allot time to the things you want to do. But definitely, as an introvert, time to think, time to reflect, time to innovate, to create, time to plan, time to strategize. That's where your strength is. That's where your power is. You've got to create chunks of time for that. But apart from that, all those things you are cooking, because they're very powerful, very valuable, you will not realize their value till you use them to serve other people. So yes, please create opportunities for interaction with other people, for service with other people also. Success is always a balance. Awesome. All right, so please have a look at our offer for you today. Click on the link. I want to say a big thank you to everybody. I want to say a big thank you to everybody that joined this today. Please watch out in your email. Yes, we'll send you. Some people usually ask, will I be able to watch a replay? Oh yes, if you registered, you'll be able to watch a replay. If not, just check on our page on the platform that you've joined us from. You'll see the announcement when the replay is ready. Then of course you can check in, watch the replay again. I want to request something from you. Tell someone. If this really added value to you today, tell somebody about it and tell them to watch out. When it's time for the replay, draw their attention to it. And we'll let you know pretty soon. We'll be having our next webinar and our next time together. By all means, please stay safe. Okay? And keep on succeeding. I want to wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and perhaps a good night where you are. Bye for now.